The boy. His family treated like he didn't exist. Imagine growing up in a house where everyone treats you like you're a burden. Your parents celebrate your siblings. They buy them new clothes. They pay for their school. They throw them birthday parties. But when it's your birthday, nobody even remembers. That was the life of a boy named Daniel. And for years, Daniel thought his family simply didn't love him. But what happened when they finally needed him was something they never expected. Daniel was the youngest of 3 children. His older brother, Jason, was the family's golden child. Whatever Jason wanted, he got. A new phone? Jason got it. Money for college? His parents paid everything. Even when Jason got into trouble, his parents defended him. Daniel's older sister wasn't treated much differently. But Daniel? He was basically invisible. One Christmas, Daniel woke up excited. He ran downstairs expecting presents. His siblings had huge boxes waiting for them. Daniel looked around. There was nothing for him. He finally asked his mother, "Mom, where's my present?" She didn't even look up. "Oh, we forgot about you. Maybe next year." Daniel smiled and pretended it didn't hurt. But that night, he cried himself to sleep. And that wasn't even the worst part. When Daniel got accepted into college, he thought maybe things would finally change. He told his parents the news. His mother barely reacted. His father simply said, "Don't expect us to pay for it." Daniel nodded. "I'll figure it out myself." So he did. He worked during the day, studied at night. Sometimes he slept only 4 hours. Meanwhile, his parents were still paying for Jason's expensive lifestyle. Then one day, Daniel came home and overheard his parents talking. His father said, "Jason is going to be successful. Daniel probably won't amount to much." Daniel stood outside the door listening. He didn't argue. He didn't cry. He simply walked back to his room. That night, he made himself a promise. One day, they would regret underestimating him. Daniel graduated with almost no help from his family. He started working at a small technology company. At first, he barely made enough money to survive, but Daniel was determined. He learned everything he could: programming, business, marketing, finance. Eventually, he started his own company. The first year was difficult. The second year was worse. But in the third year, everything changed. His company landed a huge contract. Then another. Then another. Within a few years, Daniel had built a successful business. He bought his own house, bought his dream car, and most importantly, he had finally built the life he always wanted. But Daniel never contacted his family. He didn't need revenge. He simply moved on. Until one afternoon, his phone rang. It was his mother. Daniel hadn't spoken to her in almost 6 years. He answered. "Hello?" His mother's voice sounded different. She wasn't angry. She wasn't dismissive. She sounded nervous. "Daniel, how have you been?" "I'm fine." There was a long silence. Then she said, "Your father and I were wondering if we could see you." Daniel agreed. They met at a restaurant, and suddenly, his parents were acting like he was their favorite child. His mother hugged him. His father shook his hand. They told him how proud they were. Daniel knew something was wrong. Then his father finally said, "We're having some financial problems." Daniel nodded. "How much do you need?" His father smiled. "About $200,000. Daniel sat there silently. His mother immediately started explaining. Jason had lost a lot of money. His sister had debts. Their house was about to be repossessed. And apparently, Daniel was the only person who could save them. Then his father said something Daniel would never forget. "After all, we're family?" Daniel looked at him. "Family?" His father nodded. "Yes." Daniel smiled. Then he said, "Funny. I don't remember being family when I needed you." The restaurant went completely silent. His mother started crying. She reminded him of everything they'd supposedly done for him. Daniel simply listened. Then he pulled out his phone. He showed them pictures of his childhood, photos of Jason getting expensive gifts, his sister's birthday parties, family vacations. And then he showed them something else. A picture of himself sitting alone on his birthday. No cake, no presents, nobody around him. Daniel looked at his parents and said, "You taught me that family doesn't mean anything if there's no love." His father became angry. "So you're really going to let your own parents suffer?" Daniel calmly replied, "You didn't suffer when you chose Jason over me." Then he stood up. But before leaving, Daniel did something unexpected. He paid the restaurant bill and left. A few weeks later, Daniel received another phone call. His father's house had been sold. Jason had moved away. His sister had filed for bankruptcy. The family that had once treated Daniel like he was worthless had completely fallen apart. Daniel could have rescued them. He had enough money. But he didn't. Not because he hated them, because he finally understood something. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destroying the people who hurt you. It's becoming the person they said you'd never become. Years later, Daniel's mother sent him one final message. It said, "We're sorry. We should have treated you better." Daniel stared at the message for a long time. Then he replied, "I forgive you, but I don't want to go back to the life I escaped from." And he never looked back, because the boy they once treated like he didn't matter became the man they desperately needed. And by the time they realized his worth, he no longer needed theirs.